tell y'all? You tuning into the best morning show on the globe. It's Bradley and Emery in the morning, y'all.
LeBron or Jordan, either one when I'm performing. Crossover, buzzer beater and I'm scoring. Bradham and Emery in the morning. Every play they on it. Every day I'm balling. Who's the coach? Who's the GOAT? Like Brady and Belichick, best show on the globe. And they embellish it. Y'all paying Zippy, I'm Ken Griffey or maybe Mahomes. I stay in the zone, whether man to man or play in the zone. They can't stop me. Mayweather boxing, Curry with the shot, man. We just the best to be. Can we have our SP, please? This was meant to be. Every morning with Bradham and Emery.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes. Bradman in the morning. Marcus Brown, just Emery.
Yo. What's going on?
You tell me.
Do you want me to just get right into it? Just fire it? Okay.
I'm laying out.
So if you've listened to how we discussed the Phillies last year, you would assume that I don't like baseball. And that's not the case. I'm just mad at the Phillies right now. Okay, I'm mad at them because I want them to be good. They had the MVP on the team last year, and they still weren't good. So I'm frustrated with them. And when I'm frustrated with the Phillies, I don't enjoy baseball as much as I used to. So when I'm mad at the Phillies, I'm mad at the whole sport. I can be mad at the Eagles and still enjoy football. I can be mad at the Sixers, still enjoy basketball. When I'm mad at the Phillies, I'm not tuning in to a Tigers-White Sox game in August. I'm just not doing that. I'm not tuning into it at any point in time during the season. However, today, Marcus, today is the self-imposed deadline that the MLB owners put on the CBA talk. So essentially, today is D-Day for baseball. They could not be further apart. And I'm done with it. I have now come to the point that I do not care if baseball ever gets played as a professional sport again in America. I don't care because they don't care. And if they don't care about me, why should I care about them? It doesn't matter. They're sitting here at no point in time. So they've been negotiating, use air quotes, fat, over the last 7 days when they knew the CBA was up in January. So why did you just start negotiating over the last week when you knew that this was a lockout 2 months ago? You know why? Because baseball doesn't care about their fans. They don't. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anybody. Their fan base is both literally and figuratively dying off, and they don't care. They do not care. So if they don't care, why should I care? Walker Buehler, who I like, by the way, pitcher for the Dodgers, he put out a tweet last week that's what put me over the edge. Now, it's the same thing. Oh, it's millionaires versus billionaires. Well, guess what? There's baseball players out there that are on the verge of being billionaires. Look at Mike Trout. Look at Bryce Harper. These guys will be billionaires at some point in time. So he puts out this tweet. He goes, please tell me how what we, the players, are asking for is crazy. Inflation happens. Markets rise. Money grows. Ask our owners. They know. Why would we agree to less than even inflation level income rises? Would you take that? Well, Walker Buehler. Okay. Let me advise you on something. Okay. They don't not everybody in the world can be clocked at 99.7 on the radar gun. Not everybody has the ability to get a 9-figure contract in their early 20s. So you are talking from a level and from a position that the average person has no idea what you're talking about. And quite frankly, you sound completely out of touch with this comment, which reminds me of the idiot comments that all the baseball players were saying back during the 2020 season with 60 games. Baseball is just so out of whack that, Marcus, I remember at a point in time where, and as you do as well, you are noted baseball guy as well. We've talked about this before. It has shifted. Gone are the days where, oh, I'm going to teach my kid how to play baseball. No. Now it's, I'm going to teach my kid how to shoot foul shots and shoot three-pointers. I'm not going to teach them how to play baseball anymore, because baseball, quite frankly, doesn't matter. I don't have the time to sit through a 4 or 5 hour game 162 days a week. The part that drives me the craziest is all of the negotiating points, all these stories you hear coming out, that they're all stuck on the money. The money aspect is what's pushing everything back. Well, how about you fix what's on the field? You don't hear any of that. It's never, oh, well, they want to tweak this and change that to make the play better. No, they only care about money. So I've decided at this point in time, right now at 9:40 a.m. on February 28th, 2022, I'm done with baseball. I'm out. I don't care if they ever come back ever again. I'm out. I canceled my MLB package yesterday. I'm out. I don't care.
I mean, listen, I can't blame you for anything you just said, and it's really sad because what they're doing is they're killing off a dying breed. Like, you and I are a dying breed. We probably are two of not many people on this planet that really truly care about baseball anymore. I can still remember a time when baseball was America's pastime. I remember those days. And now football is America's pastime. And a lot of that has to do with the mismanagement of baseball on so many levels. And it's things like this, these strikes that it feels like happens every 6 months with baseball. And they keep going through this stuff. And the negotiations are nauseating because it's never about what's on the field. It's always about what's in the pockets. And if you guys would just do the right things on the field, you wouldn't have to worry about your pockets. You know, you have like baseball we talked about before in the show has so many issues, a major star problem where I know who Walker Buehler is. You know who Walker Buehler is. The average person does not know who Walker Buehler is.
No clue who he is.
No clue who he is. Some of the biggest stars in the game, guys have no idea who these guys are. You have a once in a generation talent out in the you have two. You have two generational talents out on the
same team, and they can't even sniff the playoffs.
And not just that, no one cares and no one really knows what they're doing, what these guys are doing out there. It's a mess. And the thing is, the unfortunate part is baseball doesn't see it that way. They don't understand. Like you said, my kids don't watch baseball. They don't want to play. They don't want to play baseball. They're not doing that. Like, I'm not having a catch with my son with a baseball glove. Like,
we're go out and shoot hoops with them.
Right. We have a basketball hoop in the backyard. We don't do that. Like, you know, and it's sad because I grew up playing pickup baseball. Get your friends together, go to the park, do a home run derby if you don't have enough to get field of 9, or if you do and you're lucky enough you got 9, you got 18, whatever, you're playing a game. And I remember those days. I remember playing wiffle ball on the beach and, you know, listening to the Phillies game in the background and all of that stuff. And, you know, I'll forever love baseball in that sense. But like, we're dying. We're the I think that you and I are the last generations with actual love for baseball in our hearts.
Do you know the last time I went to a Phillies game?
Say again?
Do you know the last time I went to a Phillies game? And this was the last time I've ever been to a baseball game that I wasn't getting paid to be in the stadium. Ryan Howard's final game as a Philly. I haven't paid for a ticket in what, 6-7 years?
Yeah, 6 years. Yeah, because the product.
I am your target audience.
Yeah.
Early 30s with disposable income. I am who you should target. And I haven't paid for a ticket in 6 to 7 years because baseball sucks. Rob Manfred may be the worst commissioner in the history of sports. Pick your sport.
Well, you know what?
Up there with the bums from FIFA and the corrupt people from the Olympics. Rob Manfred is in those ranks because
it's funny you said that. We said the same thing about Bud Selig. Like, you know, it's baseball hasn't had good leadership, and I don't know how long. Like, they did never have good leadership, and that in essence is the issue. Is their leadership sucks. You know, their promotion sucks. Their game management sucks. It's all and now you're running into a perfect storm because and then listen, I don't like this, but just this generation has the lowest attention span of any generation in a very long time.
Guilty.
This generation has the attention span of a hummingbird.
Guilty.
And I mean, these kids today, they don't have time. Like, even with me now I've been more conditioned in different ways now, where I have a hard time sitting through 9 innings at the pace of baseball. It's a hard thing to do and a hard ask now.
Well, let me ask you this, okay? You're up on the mountain. It's a nice summer weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and there's no school, so the kids are off. You're up on the mountain. You're being Marcus Bradham, dad guy. Okay, you have a game that starts at 7:00 on Friday, doesn't end till 10:45. You have a game that starts at 7:00 on Saturday, doesn't end until 11:15. Then you have a game that comes on at 1:00 on Sunday and doesn't end until 4:30. Can you dedicate that much time in your weekend to watch that?
No. I mean, like I there was times last year, probably like August, like the Mets series maybe, where I thought about, yeah, it'd be nice maybe get the kids down there, but I was like, they're not gonna want to sit through this. And like, I mean, I'll be excited about it, but like, they're not gonna want to. Like, they're good. They'll do it, but I'm not gonna like torture them and take them down there because I want to go. Back when I was a kid, I wanted to be. I dragged my family down to the ballpark. Yeah, I want to go see the Phillies. Let's go.
There was nothing better than Ashburn Alley.
Yep.
On a summer night.
I said it was the pregame to going out.
Yes.
Like, that's where you started your night.
You get the dub. You go out there. Phillies beat the Mets 6-2. Couple home runs.
Yep. And then you're out in Old City for the night.
Yes.
And like now.
And you knew the people that were at the stadium because they had the jerseys and the hats.
Yep. And now, like, it's not like that anymore at all. And it's hard to gain momentum with anything because you're constantly in a state of them going away and taking the game away from you.
And here's how bad they've misplayed their hand. Say they come to an agreement today. I don't think they will. No one else believes it. Jeff, I believe his last name is Passan from ESPN.
Yep.
He came on today on Greeny's show. I forget what it's called. Yeah, I watched that. I usually don't watch that like that, but my other morning show is off this week. So I tuned into that. He was on there. He said, quote, if you're the type of person to believe in miracles, then you think that they'll get an agreement done today. Well, I'm not. I'm a realist, and I know that they are not going to start today, which means that March 31st opening day is not going to occur, which means you're going to cancel regular season games, which means I don't care. Baseball has this entire thing ass backwards. They screwed up the Hall of Fame inductions. They screwed up the way that they thought that the fans were going to view the collective bargaining agreement, and they screwed up the entire negotiation of this CBA. Baseball needs to realize that their history, both back then and today, is that it is filled with racists, liars, greedy people, and con artists, and they just need to go away. I am done with baseball. I'm done with baseball, and they killed it this week with their negotiation.
Go Phils.
Go Phils. I do still have. Oh, I have it. Oh, it's over there. I still have that 08 World Series hat. It's going on the shelf. They're not taking that title away from me. I was at that parade.
I don't know that I will ever get back to the, 04 to like 04 to 2011 love that I have for the Phillies. I don't think that'll ever happen again. And I agree with everything you said. Like, baseball has a horrible history of just terrible
cheaters. They're liars. They're greedy. They're racist. They're idiots.
It's bad.
And I last week I went on a hunt for some new video games because I got a couple weeks coming up, in the future where I'm going to have some downtime.
Yeah.
Let me find a game or two to dive into. Thank God I didn't buy the show. It was on the short list. Marcus. Thank God I didn't buy the show.
I haven't played a baseball video game in forever. It's another thing. The baseball, RBI baseball, the show, as you mentioned.
Well, the last show I had was 19 because Harper was on the cover. Do you remember the old, I think it was 96 Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr.? Yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah. That was my game.
I like the backyard baseball too. Do you remember backyard baseball?
Pablo Sanchez
was a bad man.
So let me. Who would you take in a showdown?
Okay.
Pablo Sanchez on the mound against Benny the Jet Rodriguez at the plate?
I mean, I like Pablo at the dish too, but I mean, I'm going Pablo. I'm going the pitcher.
You're going pitch. You're over Benny the Jet.
Yeah, I'm going Pablo. Pablo could throw it.
Speaking of baseball, have you seen? You didn't see Sandlot 2, did you?
No.
Neither did I. I didn't want to ruin the first one.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you said some things you don't do over.
Yeah. Well, thank you for letting me get that 15 minutes off my chest.
You're welcome. You got some more stuff too, right?
I do, and this is. So I got to preface this by this may come off as me hating, but allow me to get through the entire.
I always do.
Okay, so parents, I understand that it's hard to have kids. Now, I don't have any kids, but I understand it changes every single facet of your life from day one. Every single thing changes. I get that. However, there are certain places that you should not bring your kids. I don't care if you want to go. If you can't get a babysitter, you shouldn't be there. Okay? And I'm not talking about bringing your teenagers or your high school age, kids like that. I'm talking about bringing 3, 4, 5-year-olds there, 6-year-olds, something like that. I've had off from Lombardi Show. We're taking a mini hiatus for Lombardi Show for the next 2-3 weeks until March Madness kicks up. So I've been doing his show since August. So for the last 3 weeks, 2 weeks, this week being the third one, I finally have some weekends off. So her and I have decided that we're going to go check out some breweries. If I go to a brewery, Marcus, at 9 p.m. on a Friday night, I should not have a bunch of children running around that establishment. I go in. What if I want to play cornhole? I can't play cornhole because your badass kids are throwing the beanbags all over the brewery. What if I want to play darts? I can't play darts because your kids are climbing all over the stools by the dartboard.
Wasn't it an event?
No, this is just a Friday night at the brewery. I won't name the brewery because I want to go back there, and I had a really good time. Flooded with kids. This was Friday a week ago. So what was that? That was not Friday that just passed. Obviously, the one was that the 17th. That was Friday the 17th.
Okay.
We do the live show at the outlet. We have, it's hungry. We weren't like, hey, let's go out. We go to another brewery. Marcus, flooded with kids running around, jumping off of chairs and everything, screaming around, running around the place. Now, and I'm not saying this isn't a restaurant. This is a brewery. They don't even serve food. Why are your kids there? If you want to go to the brewery, find a babysitter. Don't bring your kids. Because frankly,
listen, I'll tell you why they can't find a babysitter. Your kids suck. That's the problem.
Exactly.
See, here's the deal. A couple caveats to this.
Okay.
Number one, I'm going to go back to the beginning of what you said about changing every facet of life, having kids. I'm going to tell you right now, if you do it right, it won't really change much. You're a better person. I feel like I'm a better person as a father. Definitely. I feel like I'm a less selfish person. Definitely. But not much of my life has changed because I had kids. You know why? Because I do it right. Here's a problem with these parents. I'm going to tell you this right now, what most parents feel. Most parents live by the mantra that your kids come first. Your kids come first. Your kids come first. That is a 100% lie. That is big cap. Your kids cannot come first. Your relationship needs to come first. Because if your relationship isn't right, everything else will fall apart, including your kids. So your relationship has to come before your kids. Now, does that mean you don't do everything for your kids? Absolutely not. Of course you do everything for your kids. You love your kids. You want to provide for your kids. You want to make sure they have everything they need and things that they want and give them quality time. But your relationship needs to be first. So when you're going to the brewery, you need to have that time away from them so you can focus on your relationship and growing that and making sure that doesn't die. Relationships are like any other living, breathing organism. If you don't feed it, it dies. So you go out, mom and dad to the brewery, the kids go to grandma's to hang out. But here's the problem. The kids can't go to grandma's because grandma doesn't want to watch your badass kids tearing up her stuff. So
Fact.
you can't get a babysitter. Me, my kids are well behaved. One of the reasons why I'm so adamant my kids are well behaved is a two-pronged effect. It's I want people to want to babysit my kids, number one. Number two, I want to be able to take them places. If I wanted to, I would never do this. But if I wanted to, I'll take my kids to the brewery and they'd be fine. They would sat there, watch whatever's on the television, maybe participate in conversation a little bit, hung out, and mind their business. I don't want them at the brewery though. Why? Because I want to focus at that point on my relationship. I tell people all the time, I'll go to last summer, I went to my buddy's cookout, and there were kids everywhere. And he's like, "Why did you bring your kids?" I was like, "I want to have fun." I was like, "You don't want Dad Marcus here. Like Dad Marcus and the Marcus you want here are two different people. We can't both be here at the same time." I was like, and I don't like. Why in the world do I want to have an atmosphere that I want to have a good time? Bring my children with me. No, they're home. This is an adult party. Oh man, we're hanging out here. And everyone with their parents are walking around. They're all sad. Kids running around. Jimmy, don't touch that. Put that down, Billy. Pay attention to all that. And you know what I'm doing? I got a drink in my hand and a burger in my other hand. Happy.
Like, am I wrong for saying that?
Absolutely not. But like I said, I don't know what they were doing there. But I have seen stuff like this before. But I think the thing that was worse was they were not well-behaved children. Children, if you train them the right way and teach them, they can be well-behaved. My kids have been going to restaurants since they were babies. And there's never been any sort of incidents. We've never got any side eyes, any weird. We've been on planes, no side eyes, nothing like that. Because my kids are well-behaved. Because Amber and I are raising them to be well-behaved human beings for these reasons at all. I never, at any point, want anybody looking at me with a side eye when I have my kids out somewhere. I want them to say, that's what we want to be doing. I want to be a model family. That's what we want right there. See what the Bradham's doing over there? That's what we want right there. Now, it's funny. I've been out to restaurants before with our kids, and we've given other parents side eye. You got Jimmy climbing up on Dad's shoulders. Billy's on top of the table. Someone over here screaming. I'm like, bro, get your life together. If you're going to come out looking like this, why are you coming out of the house at all? Keep this at home. You don't want people seeing this. It's an embarrassment. You're embarrassing your family. Let's go, bro. Get it together. Get your family together. Call timeout. Call coach's tea. Get in a huddle. Run up a play. Do something.
Because like, if it'd be it's one thing if I'm complaining about this and I'm at Olive Garden. Okay.
No, I disagree. You still have a right to complain.
Yeah, but the thing is like, I would expect there to be kids at Olive Garden.
It's not about them being there, but they still should be well behaved. Like they should not. Yeah, they should not be.
Is that like why are your kids at the brewery?
Right. No, I hear you.
Now it just so happened that both of these instances they were badass kids. That's just. Right. But my point is, why are your kids at the brewery?
I agree.
Flip side. Obviously, I spend a lot of time at casinos. Mm-hmm. Why are your damn kids at the casino?
Yeah. And at the end of the day, you're just punishing yourself because you still like, even though my kids are well behaved, I still got to pay attention to them. So like, if I'm at the brewery with the friend group, I got to still know what they're doing.
So let me put you in my position, and I'm going to lay a scenario out and what you would do. Okay, you're at the brewery. Marcus Bradham, not Dad. Marcus Bradham, Friday night. Marcus Bradham.
Oh boy, outside Marcus.
Outside Marcus. You want to play? Pick your game: cornhole, darts, whatever game that you want to play. You want to do, but you can't do it because there's badass kids all over the place. What does Marcus Bradham outside?
How many kids were there? Like in that area where you want to do stuff,
and without no less than 6
ages.
Everybody was under the age of 10.
Okay, so I gather them around. All of them. I say, "Hey guys, come here a second. All right, here's what we're gonna do."
You don't know these people.
It's the kids.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Okay, no, I just didn't want you to come from a point of where like it's like you're friends.
No. I'll walk with them. I don't know them. I'll walk them. I don't know them. Come here, guys. Come here. Bring it in. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna play a game, okay? You're gonna play a game. Each of you guys talk about it 5 times, and then it's gonna be adult time. Okay? All right. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3. All right. Cool. Yay. Bye. That's how it's gonna work.
Then you know what's going to happen when parents come over and hear that.
Then the conversation with the parent will be very different.
You'll get the F out of here before I clean you up in the parking lot.
Yes, that's the conversation with them. Like, don't make me embarrass you in front of your kids. Just move it along. But like with kids are with stuff like that with kids, they'll think that's great. They'll be, oh yeah, blah, and then they'll go away, and then you can do your thing, whatever.
It's just
like I wouldn't advise that to everybody. Like as you know, I've worked with kids forever, so like I know the language of children. So like I would do that. I wouldn't advise everybody to go approach someone's kids like that. That might not turn out in your favor. But that's what I would do.
It's. I mean, obviously, like I just get I just do something else. Get over it. Watch TV. Talk to her.
Yo, you
whatever.
Just brought me a story though. This is crazy. I forgot as you were talking about kids at places they shouldn't be. I remember back. It was like about 10 years ago. I played softball a lot, and I used to play for this bar up in North Wales called the Village Tavern. So Sunday afternoons we used to go there, like after the games, and tie one on
and get it in. Yeah.
Like it was like that was the vibe. Like you go there, and like literally we knew everyone there because we go there every Sunday. So the bartender literally had the shots lined up for us when we walked in. It was already lined up in a nice single file row. So we're going in there, and like we start drinking. I look back and I see this little girl who's like 4 or 5 years old, and with her dad. Her dad is pissed drunk, like falling down drunk. She's like, I can see it in her face. She's like upset, and like immediately I'm like, teacher Marcus. I go over the table. And I was like, hey, I just said to her, hey, are you okay? And she's like, I'm really scared because like we were being crazy. I didn't know she was there. We were being ourselves. And then dad is passing out the table. I literally had to take his keys, get his phone out. I said to him, listen, man, you're leaving, number one. Number two, I am calling someone to come pick you up. You are not driving your car and driving her in the car. That's not happening. So I had to literally go through his phone and find his ex-wife. I called her. I was like, hey, hi, I'm at the bar with your husband. We're not friends by any means, so let's throw it out the window. I was like, but your daughter is here, and he's drunk, and he's attempting to drive home. So I think you should get here as soon as possible. When she got here, she picked up the daughter, and it was a mess. She was crying. It was a buzzkill. It really was. Yeah. It was sobering.
Well, the thing is, when you do that, like when you bring, obviously that was a much different scenario than the one that I laid out for you.
Yeah.
But like you're effing up the day of all the other people that are there.
It was a beautiful day. It was like one of because spring softball, which could be tough at times because you're dealing with the winter months kind of fading out. We were talking about a nice late April day, like 73, sunny, and that first warm 73 with the warm summer breeze. It was one of those days, so we were ready to really get after it. But I mean, listen, we figured it out. I mean, what we did was way more important than figuring out. I would have if I would have sat there and looked at that and then heard about something happening, no, I couldn't let that happen.
Like, am I in the wrong? Just like
no, not at all, not at all. I don't I could see it if you're talking. It's 3:00 in the afternoon at like one of those places. Like I know Hatboro, they have a brewery. It's like mostly outside, and I'll see like if it's Saturday afternoon, I'll see kids over there like hanging out and stuff like that. All right, like I still wouldn't do that. Like when I'm going out, like from now until my kids can drink with me, you will not be at a bar with me.
Yeah, but your kids are a little older than the ones that were there.
Even still. And like you're not coming to a place like that with me until you can participate with me.
Right.
Like there's no reason for you to be there. Like I said, a lot of these parents live by that motto, the kids come first. Okay, that's real cute until your kids go to college, move out, and you're looking at the person next to you, you have no idea who they are anymore, and you're divorced within a year.
Fact. Now, like I said, the first one was a Friday night, like 9:00 at night, 9:30. The other one was after the live show on Saturday. So it was maybe like 4:30, 5 o'clock Saturday.
I understand that a little bit more. Again, I still wouldn't do it, but I know a lot of people do take their kids if they're going down today to get a bite and a beer. They'll take their kids with me. For me, no, I don't know.
I shouldn't have to juke out of the way of your badass 6-year-old running through the bar, though.
Right, but I would never. When Dave's 6, I would never allow him to be running around.
Even if it is at 4:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday, I still shouldn't have to put the Barry Sanders moves on to avoid your kids.
And I've also taught my kids. My kids know adult time. Like when mommy and I are hanging out, mommy and I are hanging out. Like Amber and I are able to carve out each day, not once a week, twice a week, each day, 7 days a week. We're able to carve out several hours of time where we're just hanging out, just me and her. Because at the end of the day, this is why I bought you all this ish, bro.
Yeah.
Like I bought you, I got a trampoline, you got a basketball hoop, you got all the Legos, you got an Xbox, you got the vending mirror, you can put on a make, whatever you want to do, it's here.
But
leave me alone.
Scooter, I see him outside scooting.
Yeah, you got bikes, you got scooters, like we got Sky Zone out here, bro. Like you go do those things and leave us alone. This is why these things are here. Like I am not here to facilitate your relationships. I'm not here. Like you have people your age to hang out and do that. Like I'm not saying, but I'll hang out with my kids. Of course I do. Sometimes we'll do stuff together. I talk to them all the time. Like we'll do stuff together. We have our time too. However, go hang out with people your age. I'm hanging out with someone my age, my wife. Go. And they're fine with it. It's a good arrangement we have.
Yeah. I'll take you to the brewery then and you can witness it firsthand. We can.
Well, I would listen. I'm telling you right now. I'll be cussing. Those kids. I don't play those games. Like I have no problem. And like I said, teacher, I have no problem yelling at somebody else's kids. Like if you're running around, I'm almost spearing my. Come here, Junior. Where are your parents? That's the first question I ask. Where are your parents? Point to them right now, and then they get scared. And I point to them like sheepishly. I'm like, I think you need to go find them and sit with them. We're not running around the rest. We're not running around the restaurant. Go sit with your parents. And then as a parent, like, what are you gonna say? I'm right. You're the one that's wrong. You're not watching your kid, number one. Your kid's recklessly running around places. What are you going to say to me? It's your fault. If you don't want somebody to come at your kids, have control of your kids. It's that simple. Like Kevin Hart said did the stand-up, and it's so true. When you go out with your kids, you're a team. So you got the same uniform on. We're a team. We got to look like a team. Like you got to have everybody playing the position and looking right. And being right and being well behaved. There's no better compliment that I get. I get it all the time with my kids. Your kids are so well behaved. Thank you. We work hard on that. That's something we work hard at to make sure they're well behaved. They go places without us. Your kids are great. Parent-teacher conferences. I can tell because I'm a teacher, so I know what it looks like when a teacher does not like your kid. I know how they talk about your kid when they don't like your kid. I've done it. I know what all that looks like. And I know they really do enjoy my children. That makes me happy. You'll hit him with the, Xavier, he has a lot of energy. They hate your kid. If they ever say to you, your kid has a lot of energy, they hate your kid. Oh, yeah, he's a handful. Hate your kid.
Facts.
That's hate your kid language.
They usually told my parents, are you sure he's in this class? He doesn't talk. He just kind of sits there and stares at the chalkboard. Are you sure you're in the right grade?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kids. I mean, it's interesting you brought this stuff up because like it is. It's annoying. It's annoying kids that are out and about being stupid.
Well, the thing is, like it takes me. I expect this if I'm in the play place at McDonald's. I expect this kind of behavior. I don't expect this kind of behavior to deal with this at a brewery at 9 o'clock at night on a Friday. Now, it's a different story if it's a bunch of like 25-year-olds doing it.
Yeah.
They're just drunk. These are 5, 7, 8, 9-year-olds.
Well, back in the day too, like with us, like our generation, like you knew if you were acting a fool out in public, you could get it.
Yes.
and you don't tempt mom or dad out in public because you're gonna be sad at the end of the day. These parents don't do that anymore. Like I haven't seen a kid get beat in the grocery store in a really long time.
My dad used to make me go sit in the car at a restaurant while they finished the meal.
Yeah, welcome to the 90s.
He would hand me
Literally, it was no like you walk in a grocery store, you walk past the aisles, and you're gonna see at least 3 aisles some kid getting beat on Saturday afternoon.
My dad would give me the keys and he'd be like, go wait in the car, and when we're all finished, we'll meet you out there. And I used to just sit in the car and be like, man, this is BS. I can't
I'm
believe
just sad.
Yeah. Man, I didn't even get to eat any of my food.
Yeah, now, but you know what? Now someone's calling the cops.
Fact. Then my mom walks out with the to-go container. You can have this when you get home. I'm like, it's crap.
Yeah, that's a tough break out. That's a tough break for you.
You ain't lying. So, well, those were my 2 rants. Didn't expect to take up the first 40 minutes of the show, but
yeah, neither did I. But it was good conversation that needed to happen.
It's that time in the sports calendar. So what do you expect?
Yeah, right.
Oh, how'd the poppers go over?
They're gone.
Oats,
they're
whatever.
gone.
Gone.
Yeah, Amber loved them.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't share it all with the kids, but I think actually the kids. But like, yeah, they were gone. They're gone. They're delicious.
Yeah,
they're so good. Yeah, I'm like I said to her on Saturday, she's doing herself a disservice calling those poppers.
They're phenomenal.
They're elite.
They're
definitely elite.
I mean, I had during our show, I had no less than 10 of them, like on air during the broadcast.
I had about 5, and then got home. Amber put a nice dent in the ones that were home, and I had a couple of those. I gave her most of those.
Well, glad that they were a hit. How's your stockpile going?
Stockpile?
You didn't you stock up there?
Oh, the rubs.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't used it yet. It's funny because like the next day I came downstairs, I was like, man, I got a lot of rubs here. I need to get to work and figure this out.
A lot of
rubs. I'm excited to use this. Today actually is Monday. Today I'm going to use a chicken rub.
I used it yesterday for the first time.
Is it good stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Any spice at all?
It smells spicier than it tastes.
Okay.
Like you smell it and you're like, whoa. Didn't really like cake, but be very liberal with it.
Okay.
Don't just sprinkle. Like really
get in there.
Coat it on there with what you're doing. What I did is I had a whole chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Peeled back some of the skin, rubbed it in the meat under the skin.
Okay.
The skin back over, coated the skin. So that when I cut into it, you could actually see a little bit seeping through. Phenomenal. So,
but you roast chicken or
yeah.
Gotcha.
But you gotta really coat it on there.
All right.
And I'm sure just because it says chicken rub means you can't use it on everything else.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like a chicken rice, cream of chicken soup, peas type of meal tonight.
I think I'm gonna go hot sausage tonight.
Nice. Hot sausage is a nice item. Oh, and I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna do a sausage and peppers and use that. The black one, the lemon pepper, the one with the vegetables like that.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna put all over the onions and peppers.
You have to let me know which lemon pepper stacks up better.
Well, this one I don't anticipate to be the same because like this is strictly for like vegetables and stuff like that.
Okay,
so I feel I have like a different type of taste to it.
Sean from Corner Pub highly recommended it. He had it before.
Okay.
He said it was very. He specifically said he puts it on if he's making vegetable kebabs on the grill.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm excited to get in there because I love good peppers and onions, like roasted. Throw that on top of the sausage. I
got to once it warms up a little bit. I mean, I don't need an excuse to go cook a burger, as most people know that. But right. I'm really intrigued. Did you get one of the black bottles, the steak and burger?
I don't think I did.
I saw one of them specifically meant for steaks and burgers.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
And I am guilty. I took every one of the tailgate rubs. Everyone.
So I got a couple. I think 2 of those. And then I got the lemon pepper garlic. By the way, thanks for that.
Listen, when I got there, I saw the shelves. Shout out to people that came out there. Yo, they cleaned up.
Yeah, it was. They got after it.
I walked in. The guy in front of me was doing what we did. He picked up the basket and he goes immediately over to the rubs and just starts cleaning the shelf off.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, if I wait and set up the equipment, I might miss out. So the first thing I do is I went over, grabbed them, threw them on the table. I saw they had 2 lemon peppers. I was like, oh, I got to get one for my guy. So I grabbed.
I would have been big sad. I might have just left.
Yeah.
That's literally specifically what I like. The one thing I wanted was to re-up on that. I went, like I said, last summer.
That was disturbing how fast you went through that.
Like a month. Literally, I did it every night for at least 3 weeks. I like a New York strip every night for like 2 weeks.
Did you blow out your taste buds with the amount of lemon you had?
You would think so, but no, I didn't.
Speaking of blowouts, I had 2 of them over the weekend.
We did.
And has been very, very beneficial to my wallet.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just cool, like I said on Saturday. It's awesome watching this close up because, like, we've never really had the opportunity to obviously see Harden this much as we've seen him probably in the past 2 days. Obviously, he's on national TV. You get to watch him. When he plays 6 years, you watch him, but you don't watch him the same way because you're more focused on your guys. The way he sees the floor, the way he controls pace, sees the floor, is second to none. And what I love, one thing I'll point to right now, if you don't have Harden yesterday, that's a loss. Go back to that third quarter when the Knicks were starting to make that run. Sixers have been in plenty positions over the years where the team's making the run and they can't stop the bleeding because they don't have, it's usually during Joel Embiid's rest time, and they don't have another guy that can go out there and just stop that run by himself. Well, Harden was giving you that yesterday. He was giving you that stop the run, stop the bleeding guy. And then you get Embiid back and Harden on the floor and Max at the same time. What happens? Production. And it's going to be so much fun watching these guys down the stretch. I will say this right now. I know there were rumors and talk about the Sixers possibly going out looking for a third star this summer, possibly trading Tobias Harris, and then using Harden not opting into his contract and taking less money and then going to third star. I don't want a third star. I think we have a third star here right now.
I agree.
His name is Tyrese Maxey.
I agree 100%.
I think Maxey is your third star to you because I don't want to stifle him. Because here's what happened. I love the fact that Doc said this after the game on Friday. Right now, if you're not Maxey, Harden, or Embiid, it's survival of the fittest. There's been a lot of talk about Tobias Harris and where he fits in this. Who cares where Tobias Harris fits in this? I don't care. I don't care. I have 3 guys that can go out there any night and give me 30. That's all I'm looking for. I don't care what 3 guys it is. I don't care as long as I have 3 guys that can do it. And right now, between Harden, Embiid, and Maxey, I got 3 guys that are capable of giving me 30. And for everyone else, like I said, it is survival of the fittest. If Tobias Harris gets 5 points, I don't care. He got 5 points, but he's still somehow plus.
Can I know we're talking basketball real quick, but we have some potential Eagles breaking news.
What we got?
It looks like the Eagles will be playing against the Arizona Cardinals this year in the Mexico City game.
Okay.
They're scheduled to play, obviously, a road game against Arizona, and it appears that that's going to be the international game played in Mexico City.
Arizona is a perfect team to have down there, too, because they'll have a little bit of fan base down there.
Yes. So it appears it has not been all the major reporters.
Eagles fans in Mexico? Oh, Lord.
The John Clarks, the Zach Bermans, they're all putting this out. So it looks like we are going to be, which kind of sucks because I was going to think about going to that game out in Arizona. Definitely not going to Mexico, I'll tell you that much. But I was thinking about going.
In 2022, I'm not.
What's that?
Not in 2022, I'm not.
Yeah, plus, I mean, did you know that Mexico City is like 3 times the elevated height above sea level of Denver?
Didn't know that.
And Mexico City is extremely, extremely high altitude.
Didn't know that.
So that's why there was that the game that the Chiefs and Rams were supposed to play there, but they couldn't because of something wrong with the field or air conditioner or something. That was the game that ended up getting moved. It was like 53-50 was the final.
Okay, I don't remember that.
But yeah, I want to say it was 2019, I believe.
Okay.
But it was like the game was supposed to be played in Mexico City, but they moved it to LA because for whatever reason they couldn't play the game there. And it was like 53-50 was the final score or something like that. And a lot of the talk was because I believe it was the Rams actually spent the week practicing in Colorado to try to get accustomed to the altitude.
Interesting.
And it ended up not getting past there. But it appears like that is 28 minutes ago that came out. So
Okay.
just wanted to slide that in. I know we were talking basketball, but
No, yeah, that would be good. But yeah, I don't care where Tobias Harris fits in. I don't care. You know, guys are going. You look at Matisse Thybulle. James Harden is so good with the basketball, and his IQ is so strong, and he's so good at finding teammates. He's managed to make Matisse Thybulle a threat offensively.
mm-hmm.
Now you have to pay attention to him because what Matisse Thybulle is learning early on is only going to get better this year. Is he's learning that if I move without the ball, if I'm able to move towards the rim, he's going to find me.
Fact.
That happened a couple times yesterday. And then now, if you're playing defense, you can't just cheat off because Thybulle doesn't shoot, because now he's a threat to run to the rim, get a rim runner. He's a threat to you can get a layup down there too. And it happened a couple times because guys were trying to cheat. And that's a huge benefit. James Harden had 16 assists yesterday.
I know.
16 assists, and he still
he had 12 on Friday.
29, 16, and 10 for Harden yesterday. And he scored a couple more points, only 2 more shots. 14 shots instead of 12. We'll take it. Embiid, a nice 37.
Mm-hmm.
I passed away a couple times during that game yesterday. I passed away the first time when Harden came down and threw the ball behind his back to Embiid, and Embiid came with the hammer. I passed away right there. R.I.P.
So
that was one time.
Can we talk about the amount of foul shots they took?
Yes. It was a parade.
46, I think it was.
Yeah, Embiid had 27 himself.
Yes.
23 or 27 from line.
Both career highs.
Yep.
Now, we all knew that Ben Simmons had a major flaw to his game.
Mm-hmm.
The shooting.
Yeah.
We all said that he was an elite passer. He had excellent court vision.
Mm-hmm.
Harden's is even better.
Yep.
Harden just this is such a huge indictment against 25, and not even because of his shooting.
Mm-hmm.
If this is what we should have been doing the last 5 years.
Yeah. It's a
if Ben Simmons was a real point guard. We have a real point guard now.
Right.
Marcus, this team has a real point guard.
Right.
If we had a real point guard the last 5 years, who knows what would happen?
I don't get the people that are.
Did you see the ratings? Did you see the ratings for the over the weekend?
Yeah, the highest Friday night was the highest rated Sixers game since 2001.
Yes, and the third highest ever.
Yep. And you heard yesterday that the Philly fans went down there and took over the Garden on a Sunday afternoon.
Wait until you see what Wednesday looks like.
Wednesday, I already got chills just thinking about Wednesday right now. But yeah, I mean, that's why I don't understand the narrative of the people who you gave up too much. What do you mean I gave up too much? Like, listen, I love Seth Curry.
Are you talking about like the national talking heads?
Yeah.
You know why they're saying that? Because no one can stomach and tolerate a happy Philadelphia fan.
Right.
If the Philadelphia fans are happy, we got to come up with some kind of narrative to bash them. They're not allowed to be happy. They're not allowed to be joyous. They always have to be downtrodden and trampled. That is exactly why they do that.
I always liked Seth Curry. I always wanted Seth Curry to play here. I always thought he'd be a good fit here. So I was happy when they got him. Andre Drummond was the best backup Embiid's ever had.
Fact.
But they gave up too much, and then you're already hearing Ben Simmons ramping up his activities. Now he has back soreness, so they have no idea when he's even going to hit the court.
Yeah, you know why he's got a sore back? Because he's been sitting around on his ass for the last 6 months doing nothing.
Right, which is interesting because the whole thing was, oh, he's staying in shape. He's doing this. He's doing that. But was he really staying in shape? Was he? Listen, I don't want to. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to turn this to a Ben Simmons thing. But you can't help but compare and contrast watching James Harden and the way he runs this team.
Listen,
and how and listen, the Embiid stuff with the foul shots. The reason you're going to get all that is because what Harden does is Harden gets Embiid the ball where Embiid can just focus on getting downhill. And there is not too many people on this planet that can guard Joel Embiid without fouling him when he's coming downhill. It's a very, very hard thing to do. And most of those fouls, Embiid was coming downhill. And Harden hits him in the perfect spot. And I love the fact they're mixing it up too. You'll get Embiid, you'll have Harden hit him with a pick and pop, bang. Then Embiid will switch it up and do a go to the rim, dunk on your head. Or I'm going to the line.
How about that massive dunk Embiid had in that game yesterday?
That's why I passed away. Which one? The one where the two-handed?
The two-handed where he
pulled up? Yeah. But look at that pass, though. But he hit him as Embiid was coming downhill, and there's literally nothing a defender can do. The poor rookie fouled out in 7 minutes. He had 6 fouls in like 7 minutes, and he couldn't. I felt bad for the kid because he literally couldn't do anything. He had no idea what to do. And then Mitchell Robinson, he's not going to be able to do anything with him. I mean, they really had nobody they really could put on him to guard him. And Harden also. Both of those guys are impossible covers. And then the nice thing is with Maxey is different now, is that he now does not have to worry about thinking about anything other than putting that ball into the basket. That's all he needs to think about. All he needs to worry about is himself. He tried really hard and did it. He was above average at doing it, but he's not a natural point guard. He's a hybrid, more of a 2. He can bring the ball up, but he's not a natural point guard. Now you're allowing him to just worry about getting his shots. That's it. That's all you have to do, kid. Go find a spot up over there, take the ball to the basket over there. We're good.
Did you catch the Mike's catching what Harden said to Korkmaz?
Stop shooting.
Don't do that. He said, "Don't do that again."
What did he do?
I
love this.
Oh, I can't believe you.
I didn't see that. But I love this for him.
Okay, so it was during the second quarter. He takes one of his infamous Korkmaz can't hit anything, so he's just going to keep shooting shots.
Yeah,
and Harden goes over, and the cameras, you can watch him say, he grabs Korkmaz by like the jersey. He doesn't like grip him up, but grabs him by the shirt, like hey, come here, and mouths to him, "Don't do that again." Kind of like hits him on the ass, and like puts his arm around him, hits him on the ass. It's like, just don't do that again. He didn't shoot there. He did not do that again.
Love it. Well, also too, I don't know if you noticed this, but he got on Tobias for that technical foul, which Tobias is frustrated because it had nothing to do. He did get fouled in that play. He got hit on the arm, no question.
I mean,
but he wasn't frustrated from that. He was frustrated from the fact that he can't seem to figure it out. But I'll say this:
playing like garbage. He played terrible yesterday.
Here's the problem.
Won the game for the Knicks. However, he did not exactly have the best game with the referees either.
But here's the problem, Tobias.
You gotta figure it out.
Effing ball. When Harden hits you in your hands in the shooter's pocket and your defender is 2 feet off, just shoot the ball. Stop pump. What are you pump faking for? Just shoot the ball. Just shoot the ball. Like, he's the only one that doesn't get it. That, when Harden's doing the okie doke, puts you to sleep, and he hits you, puts in the pocket, and your defender is 2 or 3 feet away, pull the trigger on the jump shot.
Did you also see Harden call Danny Green out for the inbounds pass?
I did see that.
What?
I don't know. I don't know.
Danny Green, like, he's standing right in front of him, and he puts it up the side.
Yeah.
And Harden was just like, bro.
But this is the stuff that's important to have a guy. Not that and Embiid did this stuff too, but Embiid's also not a guard. Like, so him being able to talk to the Korkmaz, don't take that. What are you doing? Don't do that. and then Danny Green, stuff like that. And Harden, you have a different level of respect for him because you've seen him do what he's done for so many years. So yeah, I love like this was.
I mean,
a
10-time All-Star carries a lot of weight.
Yep. And like the thing is, this is a perfect match, a match made in heaven, if you will. A perfect match, a perfect pairing for Embiid. And again, I go back to my original point. Maxi's your third star. We don't need to bring anybody else in here. Max is your third star. Build around making sure you have the pieces to complement that. Like George Niang is a nice piece. I like him off the bench for them. And then complement your benches around here. But listen, I don't want to get too excited right now, but they might have enough to get done this year.
I just want to put this out there, okay? I put my ticket in at plus 750 to win the title last night.
I mean, that's a calculated risk. I like it.
I mean, the odds are now. What I'm actually very intrigued is from Thursday to last night, the odds didn't move whatsoever. So that performance, those two games, didn't push the needle at all, which I found a little intriguing. Like I thought maybe I got it at plus 750. Thought maybe it may go down to what 700.
Yeah,
680. It didn't budge at all, which is interesting because I did not come away impressed. Like, yeah, I know the Nets beat the Bucks. Kyrie is.
I was going to bring him up,
but that's still not enough, though. I don't think.
No, and I mean, listen. First of all, Kyrie Irving is one of the best shows in sports. Like watching him play basketball is a joy and a gift. I watched that entire game, and just the things that he's able to do with the basketball. Like I said, he's one of, if not the most skilled basketball player I have ever personally seen with my own two eyes.
He is without a doubt the best dribbler.
He is a maestro with the basketball
of all time.
And handles, and not just. I mean, the handles, yes. But if we're going just ball handling, he's the best ball handler I've ever seen. Yeah. I put him on a short list with Iverson, with Isaiah Thomas, but he's the best of that class. Like I believe he's the best. But also his shot making ability. Mm-hmm. There's not a shot that man cannot make. He's posting guys up. He's hitting turnarounds. He is getting into the lane. He's shooting threes. Whatever he wants to do, he does it. And the fact that he's doing this part-time is even more. Like, he hasn't played basketball in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And he pretty much single-handedly, I mean, Seth Curry had a nice game, too. He had five threes. But he pretty much single-handedly beat the Milwaukee Bucks by himself.
Yeah.
He's absolutely. I love watching him play basketball. I can't even think of another way to say it. I love watching Kyrie Irving play basketball. It is a joy. But no, I'm not like you can't be worried about a team that we really have no idea what their final product is going to be because, at the end of the day, we don't have any idea when Ben Simmons comes back. It looks like Durant will be back early this week. So obviously that'll be helpful for them. But I like our chance. Like, listen, Durant and Kyrie, I like our chances. I like our chances even with Ben Simmons, but I definitely
we'll just put Ben Simmons on the line.
One more time.
We'll just put Ben Simmons on the foul line. I'm not worried.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine Hackabin in the Wells Fargo Center?
Wendy's is going to be pissed.
Yeah, they're going to be upset.
Wendy's is going to be paying a lot of Frosties.
Big Frosty talk.
Which I'm not mad at.
No, I'm not mad at that at all. I'll tell you what I'm mad. I am mad. We got a Frosty at the last game where I completely forgot about the next day and didn't get it. Shame on us. Forgot about it. Yeah. But that happens a lot. That's how Wendy's get their money back.
Well, remember they used to remember it used to be if they just scored 100 points?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they had to change that pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy's like, hey guys, we're gonna have to modify that. It's not gonna work anymore. But yeah, I can't worry about a team that is not a complete project at all. So I'm not worried. And they have so much work to do to get back up to the island of relevancy. Because right now, they're an 8th seed. They're in a play-in tournament right now. So they're got work to do to get out of that and kind of leapfrog some of these teams that has already passed them.
Fact.
The Heat's still there. Obviously, you got the Bulls, you got the Bucks, all that. But like,
It's a great week we look coming up to over the weekend into next week. We have in Miami. We have in Chicago. We have Brooklyn at home. We have Cleveland.
There's a lot happening.
Get these dubs, Marcus.
Get them. I mean, listen, I'm not going to be dramatic, but like they look like a team that's never going to lose again. That's how they're playing right now. I was just sitting there and watching this last time. I was like, how is anyone going to beat this team?
Well, it's like what I said on Saturday.
Yeah.
Everything they did against the Timberwolves, completely duplicable.
Yeah.
Duplicated? Able to be duplicated.
Yeah. All of those things.
Yes. And that's exactly what they did against New York. And Tobias tried everything he could to let New York win that game. And Harden said in the fourth quarter, "Nah, Holmes, this is what I do."
Right.
And locked it down. And now it sucks. We got to wait all the way to Wednesday.
I know. I just wanted them to keep playing, but it's going to be worth it because I'm telling you, the Wells Fargo Center will be jumping Wednesday night. Absolutely raucous atmosphere at the Fargo Center. I'm so excited for that and for them to come. I mean, there were times yesterday where it felt like a home game, but that was cool too because you don't really get that a lot at MSG where
it's hard to take over the Garden.
It's a very hard thing to do, but they did it. Heard the MVP chants. The arena almost came off when the Harden left the ball for Embiid and Embiid hit the hammer dunk.
Yes.
So yeah, it was. Yeah, it's just offensively, it's just going to be really hard to stop them consistently. It's going to be a hard thing to do. I mean, a very difficult thing because I don't know. You can't double team anybody. Number one, you have two of the best one-on-one players in the league of all time, and you have to worry about Tyrese Maxey. So yeah, it's a lot to deal with.
Maxey, you know what makes Maxey the ultimate X factor? And I said this on Saturday, but dude can fly. You can't teach speed.
Cannot teach speed.
Now, I still think De'Aaron Fox is the fastest player in the NBA? I do. De'Aaron Fox is. I'd love to know that man's 40 time.
Yeah,
because he can run.
Right.
But Maxey is right there with him.
I agree.
You know what pass really made me almost throw up? That I was like, oh God, he's here. It was actually the pass late in the fourth, maybe about halfway through the fourth quarter, to a wide open Tyrese Maxey in the dunker's position. And there was 4 Knicks in the paint, and Maxey just found himself alone.
Yeah, I love Thabo gets a steal and throws another great pass to Maxey, and Maxey gets a scoop layup. And then it was hilarious because Thabo was mic'd up yesterday. And he goes to the bench and goes, "How'd you catch that?" And Maxey's like, "I don't know." It was like at his shoestrings.
Fact.
And then he just scooped it up and scored. So yeah, it's exciting time. I watched a lot of basketball yesterday. I watched that game. I watched the Jazz Suns. Then I watched Luka versus Steph.
Ah, yes. How about that come from behind dub for Luka?
Yeah.
Down 21 points, came back from behind.
Yeah. I mean, they're always a fun team to watch. It's always a fun match to walk up for. At this point, Clay couldn't play. He was non-COVID illness, so he was out yesterday. But good day of hoops yesterday.
Good day of hoops. Great day for the winning. Great weekend for the winning bets. Came very close to just basically having FanDuel have to give me part of their company, but
chuck it up.
Yeah, didn't quite get that far though. So,
you know what? You got some wins. Oh man. So Friday night I was upset.
Oh, okay.
I hit on one, but I would have had like an 8K night. Now
well, I know we both had strong Fridays.
Now I lost a 5K fair and square. I just lost by one team, but it was no argument there.
Okay.
I also had a same team parlay Sixers, Wolves, and what's his name? Malik Beasley was a late scratch to illness. I hit everything on that parlay except that.
Okay.
And DraftKings cancels it and is giving my money back. Not happy. Not happy man. That was for $1,700. Not a happy man.
Yeah.
Because I look at it like, listen, it's not my fault the dude didn't play.
Yeah.
I should just take that part of the ticket
Yeah.
and give me my money.
Fact.
And it's give it. Like, that's not.
Should have just voided the leg.
Yeah, just void the leg, and I should have got everything else.
Yeah, that's.
And this was a 12-legger.
I would have been pissed.
I was very upset.
Now I'm going to give you, Marcus, the bet that you need to at least throw something on every single Sixers game the rest of the year.
Okay.
It was +7. No, I'm sorry. It was +830 against the Timberwolves, and obviously didn't win. But I threw a little something on it.
Okay.
And it was +770 yesterday, which I did throw a little something on it.
Can I guess what this is?
Mm-hmm.
Hard triple-double?
And Sixers to win. A
Okay.
combo. Both have to happen.
Okay.
Because him to get a triple.
Did you hit it yesterday?
I did. Got it at +770.
Nice.
Actually, here's what, Marcus. Remember I told you I almost had a bet that made me insufferable?
Yes, the Celtics game.
Yeah. So it was Harden triple-double and Sixers to win.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that one.
Yep.
It was a 3-legger. It was Devin Booker to have 3+ threes and they go over 230.
Okay.
It happened.
Okay.
Tatum to get 6 assists and the Celtics to win. It was the lowest odds of all of them.
That's the worst when that happens.
+8,500.
Ooh. Put a nice 25 on that. That's an easy 2K.
Here's the thing, though, is that Tatum had 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes and 18 seconds. He rode the bench for the entire rest of the first quarter until the 9-minute mark of the second quarter.
What did he finished with 3 assists yesterday? 4 assists?
He had 4 assists, but he had 5 fouls. He basically spent the whole game. Like, he could never get into a rhythm.
Right.
And I'm convinced that that's both why the Celtics lost and obviously he couldn't get into a rhythm. Because they usually pull Tatum out of the game fairly early in the first quarter. They usually pull him out after about 5 minutes, and then he'll rock with the whole second team. So that's where Tatum really makes his push, is when he's leading the second team.
Right.
And he never got a chance to do that because he had gotten in foul trouble.
Oh my gosh.
But I still had a great Friday, and I had a great Sunday.
Pretty good Sunday, yeah.
So let's get after it with some more betting.
Yeah, Harden's on triple-double watch every game.
Every game.
That game, yesterday, 29, 16, and 10. Those are Irvin Magic Johnson numbers. 29, 16, and 10.
If he's going to be +700 or more every game for a triple-double and they win, you got to take it every game. Because didn't he have like 18 triple-doubles this year already?
Something like that. Yeah.
Like, you're going to get it more often than not. But
yeah, I agree.
Let's get these dubs, Marcus.
Let's get these dubs.
And you already know the NBA. Let's be honest; they have 3 start days. They have true opening night, October 20-something. They have December 25th,
mm-hmm.
and then they have the first week, the after All-Star break.
Yes.
And when it's the one after All-Star break, this is a sprint to the end now. There's 20.
Real.
The cream comes to the top now.
Yep.
Now is the best time to bet on the NBA because the stars are going to come out.
Absolutely. It's time. It's winning time.
So,
all right. Well, I got nothing else.
Well, I just want to give out our birthday shout outs.
All right.
So we got one yesterday. We got to give out. Shout out to Deuce Staley. Happy birthday yesterday.
Deuce.
Shout out to the Deuce. Then we got quite a few to give out today. One to your guy. Happy 23rd birthday, Luka Doncic.
Luka. My boy Luka.
Listen. You know where they're traveling to play, right? You know where they're playing tonight, right?
Where are they at?
They have a road game against the Lakers on his 23rd birthday.
Oh, he's going off. And you got Bron in the building. He's going off. Poor
Mhm.
Bron.
So
They lost again last night, didn't they?
oh, he had 7 turnovers. Yeah,
Didn't they lose again last night? The Pelicans.
yeah.
They were getting worked over pretty good when I turned TV off. It's a mess out there.
They're 6-14 last 20.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
They're not even gonna make the playoffs.
I would, yeah, could be
I
interesting.
don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, bro.
I think they might make the play-in tournament, but even then, like, what does it matter?
Play tournament 6-10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know why you want to be in there.
Me neither.
Yeah, I would just want to pack it in and call it a day.
But a couple.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
I know it was not good. Yeah.
They lost by almost 30.
Are you looking at the box score?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh.
A couple other birthdays.
Why are you smiling like that? As I open up the box score.
Yeah.
Out here.
It was not good.
Ew.
Happy birthday, Jason Aldean, country singer.
Yeah.
Big. Obviously, I'm not the biggest country music fan, but he is like a staple at every Vegas residency. So
I like Jason Aldean.
So shout out to him. We also the heavy sports day, sports birthdays, heavy sports birthday day.
Okay.
Let's just scanning through to make sure a lot of these TikTok stars and Instagram stars do not matter. Let's see. Gilbert Gottfried. Happy birthday, Gilbert Gottfried.
Nice.
Here it is. Happy birthday, Alex Caruso.
Get better.
Get well soon. And a major. Now he's retired, okay? But it was in your lifetime.
Okay.
Major Philadelphia sports star turns 48 today. Do you want to take a stab at who it is? Major Philadelphia sports star in your lifetime. Obviously, he's retired.
48?
He turns 48 today.
Eric Lindros?
Yes.
Love me some Lindy.
Didn't know how you got that.
I mean, I just kind of 48. Kind of figured it'd be Lindros. Because I mean, listen, the Wells Fargo Center is the house Eric Lindros built. You don't get that building without Lindros.
My guess, if you were going to ask for a hint, I was going to be like number 88.
Yeah, Lindros. I mean, listen, Legion of Doom.
So
Lindros, LeClaire, Renberg.
Can I ask you a Flyers question? You may or may not know the answer to it.
Sure.
So obviously, Lindros was the captain. Obviously, he wore the C on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, I was at a sports bar, and they had an autographed plaque. It was like one of those framed like pictures of him, and he had the A on his jersey. Do you ever remember Lindros having the A?
Yeah. It was his later years. I'm sure that was probably 2000 when he was getting hurt a lot. That's probably like 2000, 2001. Prime Lindros, he was captain, like 97 to the finals.
Was he ever the A before he got the C? Because it looked like an incredibly young Lindros in the picture.
And maybe it could be the other way. It could be like a 93, 94. But when they got really good, like 96, 97, 98, 99, he was the captain.
I just don't ever really recall him never having the C.
Yeah. I mean, what I would guess is he had that A those like 2000, 2001 years. Like that's when he had the A. Because then that's when they had Keith Primo. And Primo was a captain then, I believe, for them. I think John LeClaire also was a captain at some point.
Yeah. I'm trying to just dig it up real quick to see if I can.
I think so, at least.
Now, does the A stand for assistant or alternative?
I think alternative.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know.
Big hockey talk here.
Big hockey talk.
I'm scanning through real quick to see if there was like a, let's see. So, do you know what year he left the team, Lindros?
I think it was 2002.
02.
I think his last year was 01.
Okay, so real quick, 99 was the last year he. No, I'm sorry, 2000 was the last year he wore the C.
Okay. So 01 was the A.
So no, he's not listed as having the A in 01. So I'm going to go.
I think 2000 was a Scott Stevens hit.
Yeah, it doesn't have him listed as an A at any point in time on this on here.
That's weird.
Yeah, it has. So he left in 2000. 01, it has Desjardins with the A's are Primo, Recchi, and Leclerc.
Eric Desjardins.
Yes. In 01, 02, it has Primo and Desjardins
Mm-hmm.
with the C, and Recchi and Leclerc with the A.
Mm-hmm.
The next 2 seasons have Primo as the C with Recchi and Leclerc, and then it becomes the Darian Hatcher with Simone Gagne, Peter Forsberg with Simone Gagne. I don't remember this guy. Who the hell is Jason Smith? Do you remember Jason Smith?
No.
He wore the C 07 and 08 with Mike Richards and Simone Gagne, and then it then becomes the Mike Richards.
Mike Richards, Jeff
Mike
Carter.
Richards. Then it goes into Pronger, which then goes into
Roenick never wore the C.
if he.
That's
So
surprising.
this is like official like named team captain. So like there could have been a game where say, who would have been? I guess Primo Richards.
Yeah.
There could have been a time when they were hurt, so he wore the C. But this is like,
I'm surprised he never was a C.
he was never named. This list gives the captain that was named at the beginning of the season.
Interesting.
So yeah, he never wore it, and apparently, according to this list, Eric Lindros never wore the A. Every time I hear of his name, it just reminds me of that. Like I said, that picture that I saw where he's clearly on the ice, but there's an A, and I just have no recollection of him whatsoever wearing it.
Yeah, it's a shame what happened with him and concussions. He couldn't get that right. He was a hell of a talent when he played.
He's got to be in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, without having to look it up, I'm assuming.
And it's just like the fact that like there was no one like him. We had not seen anyone that big do the things that he was doing in the early 90s. And that time when the Flyers got really good in late 90s. Mm-hmm. We had never seen someone that big be able to do the things that he was able to do.
Yeah.
Like he was, I mean, I just think about that series against the Rangers. I believe it was the year they went to the Stanley Cup Finals, and the series he had in 97 going up against Mark Messier, who was one of the best in the world at the time, and how good he was.
Mm-hmm.
And just like his ability to check, score, pass, like there was nothing, and he was fast too. There was nothing that Eric Lindros, when he was healthy, couldn't do. It's just a shame, what happened to him. But oh my gosh, that's Scott Stevens hit. I'm thinking about it right now in my head. I just remember yelling, "Pick your head up! Look up!"
Yeah, he
skating to the middle of the ice, head down, and then.
Yeah. Who was it? Also Lindros who got laid out by Kasparaitis?
Mm-hmm. Darius Kasparaitis. Yep.
Yeah. Keep your head up, bro.
Head up.
Real quick, just before we get out of here, the NFL teams that are hosting international games this year are the Arizona Cardinals, the Green Bay Packers, Jacksonville Jaguars, of course, New Orleans Saints, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Is New Orleans going to Mexico City too?
Well, I think if you remember, this is the year they're doing some in Munich.
Okay.
And they have like the multiple games in London. So it doesn't. It don't. All it says is that
everything going on in the world right now, some of the stuff might have to change.
Yeah. The only guarantees or the only speculation. Well, the only guarantees, obviously, Jacksonville's going to have a home London game.
Right.
You know that.
Right.
But is the Arizona Mexico City? It hasn't been announced from Green Bay, New Orleans, or Tampa Bay. 2 of them are going to go to England. 1 of them is going to go to Germany.
Surprised the Cowboys aren't going to Mexico City. I know they have a huge fan base out there in Mexico.
I think Jerry's going to give up some revenue from Jerry World.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're not going to do that.
So, Oh, one last thing on baseball being idiots. By the time they come back, their free agency is going to be gobbled up by NBA or NFL free agency. So on top of that, now you're facing the beast.
Right.
It's-
Right.
it's-
And you're gonna have your NFL free agency and
NBA playoff.
NBA. So yeah, you don't want to compete
They're
with
so dumb. They're so
that. They are dumb.
freaking dumb.
Because everyone loves pitchers and catchers. You know, the first sound of that, the ball hitting the glove, it just reminds you of, okay, summer's coming soon. Great. But you're taking it away from us. But whatever. I'm not getting back there. Is that all the birthdays?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. At Mark Between everywhere.
At Justin Emery Show on the Bluebird app.
Brad Murray Pod everywhere. BradMurrayShow.com for the merch.
Make sure to use promo code BREMI10 for 10% off your first in-app order at District Taco.
And until next time, you be with us, you be against us, but you're never going to stop us. Late.
The beard is here.